Hello, everyone. I am with Elpi and with Debbie. Excellent, excellent friends. Sean and I have known them, it seems, forever. So I would say since we were all 12. And that's the forever. And please introduce yourselves. I'm so excited for both of you to share your journey, your message, and your knowledge with all of us.
Hi, my name is Elpi Alton. I'm a physical therapist. I've been working in the field for many, many years, and I find it fascinating because even though people are different, they're very much the same. That's my approach when I meet someone, to find our similarities rather than differences. And I have utilized energy work throughout my career, and oftentimes have talked about bioimmersion and the importance of including that in their healing process.
Wow, thank you. Debbie?
I'm Debbie Parrish. I'm a retired physical therapist assistant, and actually, Elpi and I met. I was her assistant for 18 years. So
Oh,
we
wow.
worked together for a long time. And we're both sort of on the same page with our health journey, where having worked in the system, I mean, I was in for 40 years, so I saw the progressive decline of good results. And I saw the increase in people's dissatisfaction with what they were being offered and how they were being treated. So we have always looked for other alternatives. And I think the beauty of what we do, we can't prescribe, especially because we don't have that kind of medical license, but we're educators. Because the way that we treat, we see people for 2 to 3 times a week for like 4 to 6 weeks and even longer. So you get to build up a relationship with your patients that other practitioners don't get. You know, our conversations are always with them are always a little bit off the wall as far as not being strictly allopathic. They get interested and they want to know what we do. So we direct them and be interested in learning about themselves and their own, taking care of their own health. And that's kind of been the fun of it for me.
Oh, that's fascinating. And you incorporate energy work with that. How does that go? How do you incorporate that? I mean, I love physical therapy, and then you add energy work. It's like, wow.
Well, realistically, I can't, because I work in a doctor's office in a medical setting, I kind of go in it underhandedly. So just simply by putting your hands on someone while you're talking to them, or touching them in a certain way, or using a trigger point, you kind of get in that way, rather than, I don't have like the beautiful music and the incense going. It's just in and out, and they feel the difference. And then they ask you, what did you just do? Oh, I felt that. And that opens up the conversation.
Oh, that's amazing. I
And we
wish
also do a lot of hands-on other techniques,
Yeah.
which a lot of practitioners don't get their hands on people.
And we touch them.
There's, the touching and the connection. And people, when you get them relaxed, they talk to you.
Ooh, of course, we all, as we're relaxed, exchange information and get deeper into our.
A lot of trust involved.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Tell us about your own personal health journey, or some of your patients, without, of course, names, just so we know what you actually work with and what your experiences have been.
Well, I called Sean one day. Well, actually, I just called BioImmersion to order because Debbie told me about it, and Sean answered the phone. And I went, oh, okay. And so that's how I started my relationship with BioImmersion and Sean. And I called because of high blood pressure. So he got me on a routine for that. And that was my introduction to it. And because I knew about bioimmersion, the next big crisis in our families was that my father was bit by a tick, and he had babesiosis. And that is when your body attacks your red blood cells. So he had to have not a blood transfusion, but a blood transfer. So he had all his blood taken out, and was introduced with new blood. And so again, I called and had to work on his gut health, all the stuff that happened to him while in the hospital for, the possibility of infections. And so I got on an excellent program for him, and his recovery was remarkable. I mean, literally, he was able to walk out of the rehab center. So that was huge. And then I guess my next big thing was I broke my hip, and that's when I spoke a lot with you about how to work with that. So I went on a program for that. My son had trouble with running, and he had aches and pains. And again, I contacted you guys and you helped me with that. Now, with my patients, it was more like I talk more about like the probiotics to help them, especially if they've been on medications for a while. I have utilized that. And then my last personal thing was I have retinal bleeding, and I've had to go on a program for that. I know that BioImmersion has helped me, helped my vision, has helped control that. I'm very grateful for that. And that's my story.
Wow, amazing. So many different things.
Yeah, like juggling.
Exactly. And of course, that's life, isn't it? Life just brings to our door all these different situations. We learn, we go seek out knowledge, we learn about it, and then we do different things and evolve our routines, our habits. And then we move to the next time where a knock on the door.
No more knocks. No more knocks.
Only great surprises that we want. And Debbie, how about you?
Well, in around 2000, I started having menopause issues, and my generation was the first to have birth control. And then fast forward, the first to get, artificial HRT with synthetic hormones. And I never took either one of those. They didn't feel right to me. I didn't know, I just didn't feel right. So I started doing other research, and I ended up finding a company in California that was doing bioidentical hormones, liposomal delivery system. They were having a naturopathic endocrinology course out there, and I went. And they were also doing circadian saliva testing. So I had all of that done and everything. So their protocol, Sean had Pharmax at the time, and his probiotics were part of the protocol for their hormone balancing for menopause. That introduced me to probiotics because I wasn't really familiar with them up until then. So I started using the Pharmax products and loved them. And then he evidently sold that out. And then I was like really nervous because I wanted my probiotics. And then you guys started with BioImmersion, and then I've been with them ever since. But he was just so wonderful, to talk to from day one. And educationally, I just learned so much. That's all I need. That gets me going because I got to know more. I want to know why. And I start doing research, and that leads me to all these other things. And I started getting videos about natural progesterone and hormone replacement and everything. And I started showing them around to people. And I said, did your doctors tell you this? And it totally fixed my problem. I did it myself. I started showing this to my friends, and I'm saying, well, I ended up talking to the Bosom Buddies support group locally here that was like a couple hundred members, and they all went and got the videos from this other company that I was using at the time, and they took them to their oncologists. And it got a little crazy because they were up in arms. They didn't like it. And all it was information. I was just like saying, did you know this? What do you think about this? And like, ask your doctor.
Threatened.
And they were threatened by it. So, I ended up pulling back on that because I don't want to lose my license over somebody's claims that I was doing something I shouldn't. But that's kind of set me going. And I've just been using your things ever since then, and just keeping up with your new products. And I love the probiotics. I've used High ORAC forever, and I've used beta glucan and just so many of them. But I've tried to pet my family. I've got my whole family on all of it. But and friends and everything. So we're just total fans.
Oh, tell me actually, tell all of us.
Yeah.
Do you use the high ORAC, the beta glucan? And yes, with probiotics, it's funny now how doctors will subscribe antibiotic and say, oh yeah, just take probiotic. They have no idea what they're saying,
No.
but now it's just a typical thing. How does that probiotic works and why are you taking probiotic?
And why
That
would you take it at the same time you take an antibiotic?
Mhm.
You're going to kill everything.
yes. So, and they do not tell patients to
Mm-mm.
take it away from the antibiotics. So how do you use the high ORAC? Let's start with that because it is a complex product. It has so many uses. I'm amazed.
Oh, really? I mean, I just take it every day.
Right, as a daily.
Yeah. And I found since I started taking that, no colds, no flu, no allergies. I had a really good, like bad, like tree and grass allergy every spring. Stopped it. I told a therapist that I was working with he had really bad allergies every spring. And he would say to me, like, because they always think like, haha, she's into natural health. So you got anything for allergies? And I'd say, yeah, probiotics. You've got a license, you can call them and get it. And he just like blow it off. And finally, after 3 years, he did it and his allergies went away. So
With a high ORAC, just one a day.
it's made a huge difference in my health over 25 years.
That's amazing, amazing. Tell us about the beta glucan.
I just loved, I make smoothies with it and I love the heart benefits with the beetroot and the prebiotics and everything that's in it. It just feels good.
It does, doesn't it? And then the color
Yeah.
is pretty.
It is pretty. Yeah. And it makes my drink pretty.
You know, that is important.
Yeah. It's appetizing.
I know, I look at my pink drink and I go, wow.
Yeah.
LP, how about you? What are your favorite products?
Well, my favorite product is the Phyto Power and also the blueberry, because that's what has helped my eyes. So I alternate those. One day I take one, the other time I take another. As I said, I've noticed a big improvement. I also do the probiotics, and I have
Yes.
garlic on call for when I need it.
Right.
And
Number 7.
And I do number
Number
seven.
7.
Do number 7.
Oh my God,
Number 7.
Number
my
7.
favorite product. Yes.
And the fructoborate for my bone health.
And how do you take them? How do you take, for example, the number 7? Do you mix it into your drink? Do you?
I mix it with into my smoothie. And sometimes though at nighttime, if I have been known to just take it, dump it in water and go, this is good for me. And I just drink it.
Yeah. If you
I
ever
don't feel
got-
like making a smoothie. I'll just,
Yeah, just with a little water.
with
Yeah.
a little water. Yes.
It tastes good. If you try just a teaspoon in your mouth, it's like a candy.
Oh, really?
Really? I've never done that. I've always drunk it.
It's kind of addicting, I have to tell you, every night.
I'll try that.
It's like I think, "Whew, I could do my number 7 now," and it's
I'm not consistent, but if I have some like tummy issues, I will use Staff of Life for a couple days. I perhaps should become more consistent doing that. I notice that if I have any bloating or any problems, if I eat too much or eat not correctly, that seems to help make me feel, gets me regular and takes care of that.
Doria, is there an optimal time to take number 7? Is it better in the morning or night?
You know, the beauty of these products, you can take them anytime. Dr. Marcellus Walker told me that he cannot do the Phyto Power at night. It gives him too much energy. So that's, I would say, the only product that probably you want to take during the day. I have not actually tested that yet. I should take it at night and see what happens.
You don't really want too much energy
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah, you don't. You want to relax, calm down.
Mm.
And I know that blueberries can be taken at any time. Rose hips, I did not know that they can stimulate energy. They're fantastic for the heart. And then dandelion is a liver product, so I would think
Right.
maybe take that at night. But saying that when some of his patients are not doing great with their energy level, he suggests the Phyto Power.
And I remember that when I broke my hip, you suggested that I take energy as well. I don't know why I did that. Like I can't remember, but I just did whatever you told me to do.
you were in pain at the time and not doing well. So it's like, okay, that will work. Sure, I'll take it. That's
Well,
what I
it's funny,
do.
you have a trauma like that and you don't know what to do. And,
No,
it had
right?
to, it had to be surgically, obviously, it had to be repaired. But then you come home and you're like, now what?
No,
And
yeah,
even though I'm a physical therapist and I knew what to do physically for my health,
right.
but I wanted to like work internally to maximize everything. And I can seriously say I don't have any problems now. But
Yeah, energy is beautiful. It has 72 ultra minerals. Where do we ever get
Mm.
72 ultra minerals? Our soil just does not contain as much nutrients as we should have.
right.
And with it, there is also apple extract. And what research has been showing with the combination is that it actually creates ATP in the body. So your own body creates it with these ingredients. And we know ATP is necessary for every cell in the body. And so it creates more energy. A lot of people who are into running or a little bit more hard sports will take energy before and after to help the body gain more stamina, more strength, and then to help it ease back into equilibrium. I take it in the morning because I just want energy and then I go and do my exercise. I push myself on the elliptical quite a bit and I can get really sore. And if I do, then I take some more and the fructoborate as well, just to ease
Yeah.
up that
Like,
the soreness of the muscles, even though it feels kind of good because you go, wow, I did so well today. Still, the muscles do need to be nourished with the right ingredients. It's a beautiful product. It's used for detox. If you want to detox patients, then you want to start them with energy to get the body more prepared for dumping all of those chemicals out, because you know how it is when we detox, we just don't feel that well. But if we have an energy source for the cells to be more active, more prepared, more able to let go and revamp themselves, rejuvenate, then it really helps the whole process of getting cleaned up. So that was the energy for you. And it worked well, didn't it?
yes, it did. I guess I really didn't understand why it worked, but it did. It was great.
Yeah, and it's wonderful for bones. And so all the connective tissues all around the area that you had the surgery needed to get back to working harmoniously with this foreign thing that was put in the body, and all the cleaning that they had to do in there. It creates a certain trauma on the tissues, and we just need to feed them and nourish them. So that's why we gave you the protocol that we did. My last question to you, it's one of my favorite, is that I know that certain things motivate us and certain things depress the heck out of us, like when we had the medical system we have today. It's a bummer, right? It's just not holistic enough. It's just so divided and fractioned into all these different parts that don't communicate with one another. And then our integrative community also is dealing with a lot because they have to walk a very narrow path. So it could be intense, and then you both mentioned about how conditions get worse and that we have to deal with it. And that's actually why Sean created the products that he created, is that doctors were communicating with him over and over again how much more difficult it is to heal their patients. And it's depressing for them to walk through the door and seeing all the people that are suffering so greatly. And so for me, what motivates me to get up in the morning is my research into peace and leadership. It's the ocean I swim in most comfortably. And of course, helming BioImmersion has been the most amazing privilege that I have experienced in my life is to have a company that has so much light and love in it, that is such a good container for everyone to come and to feel safe in, because the products are so pure and so clean. I had no idea how powerful these products are, and I took them myself. But you take it for granted, right? And then as I had to dive into it and dive into the research, I thought, this is amazing. Sean had done such a gorgeous job with these formulas. And so to me, every morning I get up and I think I'm the luckiest girl. I have two things that I love so dearly, and it gets me going. What gets you going?
Well, I wake up happy every day. And
That's wonderful.
I know, but some people, like my husband's a little grump in the morning. I wake up really happy and then I kind of plummet as the day goes on. But I wake up really happy because I just want to know what I'm going to learn that day and how I can serve others. And I know that so many people are really suffering and struggling in the world. And if I can help them a little bit and make them feel, for the few moments that I'm with them, make them feel safe, then that's what gets me going. If I didn't do that, I don't know what I would do. I would just do nothing, I guess. But that's what keeps me going every day. Like, what's going to happen and how can I help and what can I learn? It's just really simple. That's it. That's what I do.
Beautiful, Elpi. You are so beautiful. I have to say, this is just touching me so deeply. Wow. I love it. Getting up happy and looking forward, learning new things and being a safe base for people who come your way. That's incredible. How about you, Debbie?
Well, since I'm retired, I guess it's a luxury. I have to get up and see how good I can make myself. I mean, it gets a little scary when you get older. I didn't think I'd ever be older, and I am. But I just love finding new information and I try everything. We're always going to courses and meetings and getting into all health fairs and all kinds of crazy things. And then whatever I can pass on, I just broadcast family, friends, anybody that, says and I have to watch it because sometimes they go, oh God, here she comes. But, I just love it. I can't not do it. I have to see what new I can learn today. And I think being in that system for so long, it kind of set me on that path to, that's how I found you guys. And, a lot of other things that I just feel really privileged to know. And a lot of people depend on me for it now. I'm kind of their go-to person, which is a big responsibility, but it's nice to know I can do that. And I love getting people interested in their own well-being and their health and not depending because they're not happy with the system. Okay, well, here's an alternative. You can start learning about your own health because we're not brought up that way. We're brought up to think, go to the doctor and do what they say. And now you only get offered basically three things: pills, shots, and surgeries. I just like people to know that they have options and they're really good options. Your real health is better than just suppressing symptoms.
Yes, you are the teacher, Debbie. It's nice to have someone that cares so deeply about people's well-beings, and both of you love to learn, which is fabulous. I love that you love to learn because
and we also know that if we find something, the first person that we can get to try it with us is the other person. Like we just love being guinea pigs for stuff.
Yeah.
That's great.
Life is better because she's here.
Likewise.
Exactly. Your friendship is glowing, beautiful, and both of you look amazing. I have to tell you, I'm not going to say that it's all about BioImmersion, but
it played a big part.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
I will take just a little bit of credit here.
Absolutely. I mean, 25 years I've been using your products.
Wow. Well, you've been with Sean for a very long time.
Yeah, since 2000.
Amazing, amazing.
It was a privilege to know him.
Yes, I
He
know
was
he talked
special.
a lot about the both of you, so I know he felt the same about you both.
And all the natural health things I've ever done, I've never met anybody, especially that had their own company that
And
was
so
like,
accessible.
yeah, he answered the phone,
He
always
answered the
called
phone.
and like updated you on products. You need anything? How are you
And
doing?
he would call and check up on you every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like who does that? Nobody.
I know that is very special.
Mhm.
I definitely learned so much from him
Yeah.
around.
He set a high bar for us. Like that, like knowing him makes me not want to accept
Anything.
lesser in
Yeah,
quality. And, the people that if I have to deal with somebody, I want them to be a good person.
yeah. Well, this is why we actually had the cranberry pomegranate back ordered for 6 months because
Oh, I have a person on that has all kind of kidney issues and everything, and her doctor told her just go get like, a line or one of the things that they have on television. Like they tell them to get probiotics, but they're not really good about what they're telling them to take. And so she called me and I got her the cranberry pomegranate and made total difference in her. She's having really, really good results with it.
wow. Thank you for sharing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you, LP. Thank you, Debbie, so much for sharing yourselves, your lives, what you do, and shedding some light on bioimmersion products. I am so thankful for the both of you. Thank you.
Likewise.